Hello there. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Colleen Klimczak. I'm an organizational and productivity coach and a certified professional organizer. I own Peace of Mind Professional Organizing, LLC. Since 2003, I've been helping my clients live better lives through organizing and organizational and productivity coaching. I support my clients and my community with coaching, in-person and virtual organizing, my weekly podcast called Your Organized Life with Colleen Klimczak, a free weekly virtual productivity session called Finish Line Friday, a free weekly email newsletter, and regular content on Facebook and Instagram. I also offer presentations and professional development to groups and companies. And coming soon, I will be launching a membership circle to support my community with even more coaching and productivity content. Want to finish strong this week? Join me for Finish Line Friday every Friday morning at 9 a.m. Central for a 2-hour productivity session. Drop me an email at colleen@peaceofmindpo.com to request my Zoom room link, or follow the Zoom room link on my Instagram or Facebook pages. Welcome to Your Organized Life, episode 114. During a recent podcast recording session, actually last week's, my producer, Chris, called me out on something, and I appreciated that he asked the question. Surely you also have noticed every week for like a year, I've been saying, and coming soon, I will be creating a membership circle. I just read it this morning, 2 seconds ago. So let me pull back the curtain a little bit on that. My assistant and I are working on moving and updating my website. The new website is mostly built and it's so pretty. I'm very excited about it. The new website tells the story so much clearer and cleaner. Originally, the plan was to move and update the website and also launch a membership circle at the same time. But we separated those projects, and the website relaunch will come first, and that is really soon. Hopefully within the next, let's say, month. And as though we are packing a house for a move, we are filling the last boxes. First things first is the new website, and I'm excited, and I will absolutely share that when we launch it. And then here is what the membership circle looks like. So what I envision for the membership circle is for us all to have a space, a safe and friendly and comfortable space that's supportive of everything that it is that you want to accomplish in productivity and organization. My current offerings, like my weekly article and newsletter and podcast and Finish Line Friday, those will remain, and they will remain free. However, I will also have that membership circle, which will be a paid subscription. And for my paid subscription community members, I will offer additional programs like morning mindset sessions and discussion groups, presentations and workshops, and productivity sessions. So that is the plan, and I am so excited. But we have to finish building the platform and the website first. So that's the answer. And now that I've said it out loud, I will use that accountability because now y'all know, including my producer, what that looks like and what the plan is. And all of those things make me feel more compelled to make that happen sooner rather than later. Your next steps can be, if you'd like, to reach out to me and let me know what else you would like to have included in that. If that membership circle is something that you'd be interested in, what kind of content you'd like to see within that circle, etc. So that's the answer of what a membership circle looks like and how soon you can expect it. Today's podcast topic is kind of meaty, I think, and we'll see how it goes. I'm doing it in response to somebody who reached out to me about ADHD supports and how sometimes it's hard to find motivation to do the routine tasks that we know we need to do to just survive and make it through the day. And I understand that. And this is, like I said, some content kind of in response to that. And it seems a little meaty, but we'll get through it anyway. So the topic for today is survival needs come first and then maintenance. I promised in my last podcast episode to talk more about routines and what I call survival and maintenance level habits or tasks. So let's talk about those as our year progresses and we look to add in or even subtract habits to our schedule and routines, making sure that the ones we have support us. And I would hope that if we can look at our survival and maintenance routines in a more objective way, we can design routines and habits that support the fundamentals efficiently and consistently, so we can get on with whatever else it is that we want to accomplish today or this week or this year. A class participant last year asked me to help them stay motivated to complete their survival and maintenance habits and routines. And this is for them too. Survival and maintenance aren't optional. So the question that this person was asking was how to make it happen. And the question I'm asking, or I guess the question is, it isn't if we do these things, but how, right? So I don't consider them optional. So how do we make them happen? I'm going to dip into psychology with you here. So I have a bachelor's in management and also a double minor in psych and music performance. And so I am often thinking in terms of psychology, how our brains and minds work and why people do what they do. And as we talk about survival and maintenance level tasks, let's start with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This is a theory in developmental psychology. If you want to know more, you can Google it. There is a lot of information out there. Go to a library or take an intro to psych course. That is where I got started. So because this is a podcast, I have to explain what I'm looking at. But again, Google it and you'll know more. The hierarchy of needs is represented as a pyramid with 5 levels. Physiological needs are the very bottom. That's the very bottom of the pyramid, and then safety needs, then love and belonging, then esteem, and then self-actualization. The theory is we all start motivated to first meet physical needs, as in air, food, clothing, shelter, and sleep, right? I mean, that just makes sense. And the reason that the theory is represented in a pyramid form is that the physical or physiological needs are the foundation of all the other needs. We have to start at the bottom and make sure that physical needs are met, as in the things that we need to physically actively do to survive until tomorrow, right? And we need to ensure those survival needs are met consistently before we can move up the pyramid. Now, I just said met consistently. And I say we need to meet the needs consistently because, for example, in terms of food, first we need to eat food to survive, right? And then we need to make sure that we will eat again to continue to survive. And that moves us up the pyramid then into safety needs. In real life, that looks like eating breakfast and also packing a lunch for later and having a plan for dinner. And having the means to buy and store more food when we use up what we have to continue to meet those survival needs. And since you have the technology and the time to read this article and listen to the podcast, I am going to assume that you have your physical needs for survival met. And if not, go take care of those because, and here is a really important part of understanding the hierarchy of needs, we can't succeed in going to the next level until we've taken care of the level below. In real life, as you know, I work on our local Board of Education. And in education, we understand that a student who is hungry or freezing is going to have a hard time learning that day in school. A student who doesn't feel safe or who is homeless is going to have a hard time learning. So almost every school district has free and reduced meals available to students if they don't necessarily have the means at home to eat. There's no judgment there. We're just planning ahead because we acknowledge that physiological needs must be met for our students to succeed. And we too, as adults, cannot expect to move up the pyramid to achieve esteem and self-actualization if we are consistently hungry or cold or unsafe. So this is the theory. This is the hierarchy. And this is where we need to start with our routines as well. And wow, that was a very long-winded lead up, but I wanted to, again, put down that foundation first, right? We need to start with survival when it comes to our routines as well. Globally, we need to wake up, which takes care of sleep and shelter, right? Those are level 1. We need to eat breakfast, level 1. We need to get dressed, level 1. And we need to take a shower, and that's level 2 for maintaining health, right? So survival, we got to take care of those first. And then we need to look at safety needs in terms of going to work to ensure personal security, continued physiological needs being met, continuing to have a safe and healthy place to live, etc. Now, we have higher aspirations most days as well. You know, the need for belonging and love and community, the need to be respected and to excel, the need ultimately to do and be what we desire to become, but it's difficult, if not impossible, for us to get to that pinnacle, to that top level of the pyramid, if we haven't done the other things first. Which is why I talk so often about routines and habits. We know we must meet our physiological needs. Must. I don't use that word very often in my podcast, but we must. There are a few things we must do, and that's one of them. At least daily, if not more than once daily. So the question isn't if, but how. And how to do that really, really well. As easy, as quickly, as efficiently, as well as possible. We identify the needs, we decide how to meet them, we take time-wasting decision-making out of the mix, and we meet them every day to survive, and also to do so consistently so we can move up that hierarchy into the next level of safety. Our physiological needs are met most days. We have clothes, level 1. We need to make sure they're clean, level 2. So that we can feel good and feel good about ourselves, levels 3 and 4. Because we can't move up the pyramid if those first things have not been met, if we're naked and starving. It's really hard to write a novel or create a great work of art or whatever it is that you're meant to do to be actualized if your survival needs aren't met. Now, maintenance is less often, but it's eternal. And maintenance is what comes next when it comes to habits and routines once we ensure our survival. And that is, maintenance means to continue to survive consistently. The systems we need to continue to flourish. The next level then is, how do we do it better, right? How do we do more than just survive? How do we actually maintain? Consistently meeting and maintaining survival habits takes us to the maintenance level, where the need of personal safety and taking care of our homes and taking care of our health come in. And once we have firmed up on those first two levels, we can move up the pyramid. And unfortunately, we can't always move up the pyramid without doing the survival and maintenance tasks, at least not for long. So that was very wordy, but my proposal for you and me this week is to let's get good at maintenance. And again, this is definitely where habits and routines come in. So maintenance around our survival habits are doing laundry, taking our supplements and medications, cooking and grocery shopping, keeping ourselves and our environment clean and healthy. I would propose that these steps are not optional if we desire to move to the next levels of the pyramid. All those things, right, would be in place, and then we can move on to progress in love and belonging, esteem, and self-actualization. Thank you for walking through Intro to Psych with me. Support around habits, routines, and setting ourselves up to succeed however we want to succeed is what productivity coaching is all about. If it's time to invest in yourself and explore coaching for organizing and productivity, I would love to hear from you. Drop me a line via email at Colleen@peaceofmindpo.com or message me through my social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Thanks so much, and I will talk to you next week.